Says we're
All
doing
right.
live.
This is Chris from Don't Let Them Burn. This is Paranormal Shift, and we're going to be talking about Balenciaga today. But before, I want to give you a word from our sponsor, which is Got Films.
Got Films is a full-service production company that provides motion picture quality content and production services for use in the film and TV industry. Looking for a seasoned crew, high-quality equipment, or other production services for your film, TV, commercial, corporate convention, sports, news, or interview project? Your search stops here. Some of our projects include NASCAR, American Restoration, Pawn Stars, Counting Cars, Top Chef, BattleBots, Forge and Fire, and Street Outlaws. We have also produced over 60 feature films and documentaries. We're ready for all your needs. Whatever your project, whatever your budget, big or small, Got Films, got you.
All right.
GotFilms.com.
All right. So, welcome. This is Paranormal Shift. Today's guest is William Ramsey, and we are going to be getting into Balenciaga and the stuff going on with that. We're going to be uncovering a lot of stuff with William here. How you doing, William? How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good.
How are you?
Thanks for the invite.
I'm doing great, and I hope the audience is prepared for this sort of stuff. I want to let you guys know that you know, this whole thing with child sex trafficking and the pedos and all this stuff that's going on. I don't even know which words are safe for YouTube, but here we go. This is the oil of the elites, okay? Whether it's in a smaller venue, whether it's at a Super Bowl, whether it's around the globe, this is the oil. Unfortunately, it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, industries on the planet. So, why don't we introduce yourself again to the audience, so they could know. We've done a lot of shows already together, so you can check it out on his channel, on my channel. Go ahead.
My name's William Ramsey, author, kind of podcaster as well now. I've written four or five books and four or five documentaries on my website. Or my documentaries you can see on Vimeo, and I have over 800 episodes on my podcast, which is William Ramsey. So it's kind of just become an investigative journalist.
All right. So, where do you want to kick this off at? I mean, we have a whole slew of things to cover, Kanye and all this stuff. Where do you want to start? Here we go. I'm adding it to the screen here. Can you see that?
I do. There it is.
All right.
And that is what kind of turned into kind of this viral internet sensation is people saw these pictures that were of Balenciaga, some of these young kids. If you go to slide 2 or 3, and then people started to look through and see what the secret references were. And it drew my interest because I saw some of the Satanism of it, symbolism. And the one that you're showing here shows Baal, who's like the Old Testament occult god, and this little kid here. But there's what really set people off was this depiction of this pedo bear, the BDSM clothing. But there's a lot more here. There's a lot of Satanism, mind control, and all kinds of other things involved. I saw a smiley face. There's also the crow, which is a representation of magic, over the rainbow, the bunny, just all kinds of crazy stuff. Masks, red shoes, crime tape, masked kid, or hooded kid. So people really looked into it and took it apart. There's a lot there. It's kind of pretty disturbing.
Wow. Let me go to another screen here for you. This is the same but the bigger picture. As he was explaining, you can see a lot of hidden stuff going on in there. Who's this? Hold on a second. Let's see if I can go back to number 1. If you can explain who this person is.
Yeah, one shows this kind of famous supermodel. Her name is Bella Hadid. Her sister is also a kind of supermodel. But what people looked at in this picture is her bag is a Balenciaga bag, but in the background of these art books featuring two very disturbing artists. One is Matthew Barnes' Premaster Cycle, and the other has got Bormons that depicts like cutting babies apart and ritual magic and things like that.
So it's like there's a few artists in the industry that they love using satanic imagery and all this stuff. It goes back to Abramovich, which you know a lot about.
Who's in these slides?
Okay, great. And you know they get these artists sometimes to pose with the one eye covered, and you're wondering why these artists are doing that. It's not always that the artists know what they're doing. These so-called artists or video production people are into this satanic worship. So as we move,
right. So I mean, you'll see this with Kanye, which I show later on, and he's tied into all this stuff through Kardashians, and he was on a Balenciaga runway like 4 months ago, like not that in October.
Yes. And you saw the Alex Jones show, right? Where he wore that creepy mask.
And you'll see him in these features in these this series of slides wearing those masks and being with very famous, important people.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about this, you can see this is Bormons and the Premaster Cycle. Bormons is a Belgian artist, and like you, it's weird because it's almost like the Dutro. If you look into the Dutro child trafficking, murder cases, it involved pedophilia, child trafficking, child abduction, and Satanism. There are allegations of that as well. So Bormons is right in that area. Europe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me go to the next one here. Oh, okay. We covered that already. Oh, did you see this stuff? Obviously, it's connected to Baal. They're showing us, but they show that when you break the word up, it goes into some old Hebrew stuff.
I have that in this slides.
Okay. Great. All right. So
my audio is echoing bad. I don't know why.
Okay. I don't know either.
Is it coming through your headphone?
I hope not.
I can turn this off. Let me try something else.
All right, yeah, guys. So as we try to fix this audio issue, this is there's a lot of I call
How's that better?
Oh, now I hear it. I hear it now. I wonder if it's.
Maybe your computer's picking it up.
Let's see here. All right. Boom. That should be better. Dang.
Check 1, 2.
Or maybe you want to go back to where you had it before?
I don't know. Sure.
Because I changed my speakers to my caster. So you shouldn't be echoing it anymore. How's that, guys, in the chat?
Check 1, 2.
All right.
Seems to be better.
Let us know real quick. All right.
So anybody listening, put it in the chat if it's still happening.
Yeah. So there's a lot of this pedo and child stuff. The news is breaking all over the place from different avenues. So it's really, I think, a lot of groundbreaking news, especially going on with Twitter. You know, the Twitter drops are exposing a lot of this, and they're saying that it's still echoing. Not sure why.
Do you know where the cam mic button is on the bottom there? See if that checks and see if your speakers are picking it up. It's still echoing. Okay.
Let's see here.
Go and check your microphone and speakers and see if it's the same.
Okay. All right. Audio. Speaker. Let's see. How's that? Does that sound better? Hello? Oh, now I can't hear you. So hold on a second. It's crazy. Hello? Okay, audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is it still echoing?
I don't know. I don't hear it on my side.
All right. Hi guys. Let us know in the chat real quick if it's still echoing. I think I might have fixed it. really quick.
Yep.
Still echoey. Wow. Wow. On a very important show like this.
I'm gonna do cancellation.
Say again, please.
I just hit the cancellation on there. Maybe that'll work.
Okay. All right.
See if you can go to audio preferences and hit echo cancellation. Maybe.
Yeah, just did that. How's it now, guys? I hit the audio echo cancellation. That's not real quick. This show is too important for this. All right. I'm not seeing anyone say they're still hearing it. So,
yeah. So there's like tons of like, yeah, there's all out. Twitter, apparently they didn't really care about the child abuse videos. Like there were people who had been abused as children were being broadcast on Twitter. It says it's fixed.
okay.
Broadcast on Twitter, and Twitter did nothing about it. So
Right.
it's
Yeah,
kind
for
of
years.
until Elon bought it.
And we saw that Jack Dorsey coming out and saying, "Oh well, no, that's not the truth. Everything is contrary to that we're seeing." So
It sounds like he didn't really know what was going on. He wasn't
yeah,
the one fielding all those emails. It was this guy, Yoel Roth. So why
yeah,
were they going through Dorsey? That's telling too. Like they're avoiding the CEO. Like why isn't he even CC'd on any of those emails? I would think those are very important things. Like if you're a CEO, you want to know if the FBI is doing some backdoor thing, which
yeah.
it sounds like they did knowingly.
I feel like he didn't even know there was a hostile takeover. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so where do we want to go from here?
Well, just saying, there's a lot of these kids are featured, and there's a lot of occult themes. Like maybe at the first glance, people wouldn't see that, but there's all kinds of imageries. For example, in this picture, this kid's lying on a pink thing. He's got the black and white pillows there, which is very much into alchemy. So it's like a differential. And then there's like a plate and a dog or a pet pillow there. So they're kind of insinuating this
Right.
kind of pet
Okay, so
motif. in it, yeah.
go back really quick what you just said about the alchemy, the pillow, and
Well,
can you,
just like the black and white are like the two different polar opposites.
yeah,
And so in alchemy, you have all kinds of red. You go from red to, was it red to white to gold or something like that. So I think that these are both kind of magical black and white symbols. Yeah.
yeah, fusion of opposites. It goes into, well, some people don't believe this, but it is true. The checkerboard from the Masonic, the chess and the checkerboard, it's black and white mostly, and you'll see this symbolism in films and other places. It's not always that, but so when you start to research some of these producers and writers on a lot of programs, even in the 70s, they would use checkerboard imagery to show you the duality or the fusion of opposites. I was watching Battlestar Galactica, the old series, the other day, and it was right there in the first Cylon raid. And
Wow.
it's not just that it was there. There was an obelisk in the middle of the city. So
Wow.
that's a deeper
Yeah.
connection right there. All right, where do you want to go next?
You can just go to the next one. I mean, we can just go through all these slides, about 140 of them, I think, or something. But
Okay.
there's just each one has different things. They're featuring the Balenciaga kind of, couture or whatever, like the cups and glasses and things like that.
Yeah.
Not just the clothes, but
Oh,
it's just a bit unnerving. Yeah.
and for people that don't know, Balenciaga is not cheap stuff here. This is for the well off. One shoe or a bag could cost like $500 or more. So they're reaping high benefits off of this stuff, and there's a lot of creepy images outside of the kids, regardless. Let's go.
No doubt, and you'll see in this that it's not just Balenciaga that's using this type of imagery. And I show this pedo bear as a known pedophile symbol, and I think it was some other one of the other fashion houses is using it as well. I forgot
Yeah.
Massimo or something like that. One of these other ones. But Kanye is like a huge fan of Balenciaga. He's had worn their stuff. He was in a show with them recently, so he knows all of this stuff.
It's very important that you brought that up because when he was on Alex Jones and they were kind of trying to get him to talk about Balenciaga, he was kind of sidestepping the question and acting like, what's the problem? Leave them alone. Concentrate on the kids instead. But no, they're complicit to this stuff. Come on. Yeah.
Right. And it is interesting because that was the way it's coming out. I mean, it's a serious issue about child trafficking and pedophilia and stuff. There's a lot more in this culture than just that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when I got interested. That's really what I saw, because I've had enough experience kind of looking into the occult, their ideas, imagery, ideology, and I saw it all right here. Especially when some of these people pop up. Like I wrote Children of the Beast in 2014 about this guy Genesis Peorg, and we're going to see him pop up right here. We're going to see him pop up in one of these later slides. So.
Okay. All right. So, what do you see at this slide here?
Well, I just kind of explained that one. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Creepy stuff there. I mean, who can think this stuff is normal?
I guess I'm not seeing the slide. Like you
you're
can
not
see it,
seeing
I
it?
can't see it. Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Let's see. How about now?
Nope.
No. Oh. No.
I do not see it.
That's strange. How about now? Nothing.
Oh, you had it before where I could see it on the.
On the side, right?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
You had it was up. It was up earlier. I don't know.
You need to change anything. Let me take it out and bring it back in. All right. Can you see what's going on the screen right now?
Well, I can see it. I'm going to YouTube. I'll go look at it in YouTube. So yeah,
right.
This one is interesting too. So you have the red Scarlet Woman imagery with this child. You also have the moon phases. You also have the kind of pedo bear, BDSM bear, the rabbit again, and the black dragon symbol. It's a very intense, a very heavy duty kind of secret society that not a lot of people know about, but it's all there. It's like incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
All this.
So, like, this is full witchcraft, and it's even on the cover. I mean, this people have called this like Pizzagate too. So Comet Ping Pong has these like moon phases on it as well. It's very important if you're a practitioner of like witchcraft or Wicca to know the phases of the moon, because you do stuff at whole moons and things like that Christians don't even care about. But
absolutely,
like,
I went into a church one time and they were talking about praying to the north, south, east, and west, and I was like, no, that's witchcraft. What are you doing? So I think all these secrets, not all, but the Christian church really needs to definitely start paying attention, because it's in the church now. All right, so can you see that
some
one?
of these church stuff. Yeah, I see the Balenciaga. I don't know if that's Kanye or not, but that's the Balenciaga one. And then Michael Borman's is the guy who I talked about earlier, Fire from the Sun, and he has all these kids. So these depictions of children, and they're clearly covered with, stained with blood. Like they're stained with something, it looks like.
Right,
blood.
yes.
So if you look at this, like book laying out on the office desk, you see these themes. So it's like ritual themes from like True Detective or something.
Right.
People dancing with these covers, and these covers look like what Balenciaga is selling, and what Kanye was wearing, right? So these weird masks and stuff to see through.
Yeah.
So they're clearly I mean, to me, they're being inspired by this type of art.
Yeah, darkness, straight darkness.
Clearly, kids. Like you can just go through there and see that they're all children and stuff.
Well, what's interesting is how this black hoodie, or what do you want to call it, mask, whatever, it looks like a cardinal's hat.
Interesting.
Like from the and look at that, the leg flying up in there, and gross.
Yeah, no, it's extremely graphic. Yeah, burning legs and weird stuff.
Yeah. So this is from Natalie Denise. The one with the gold mask hair. You seen it?
Let's see. Yes, there it is.
Yeah. Let me know when you want.
It looks like something they sell, right? Something that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, anything with a mask with no eyes and or mouth is just creepy to me anyway. I would start to question it right away, because it goes into sadomasochism and other things.
Darkness, cloaks, rituals. It goes into all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if you have this in the slide, but the Podesta stuff.
Right. No, it does. That's like the Podesta stuff was the Pizzagate stuff. It's very similar. And there's a tie-in between this and Podesta. Podesta really set people off about the Podesta emails and the WikiLeaks leaks was that it talked about spirit cooking, right?
Right.
Abramovich, come and drink. We're going to pour blood on this, and we're going to come down, and that's why people realize these guys are really doing it. It's not just a rumor, and
Right.
so these are like, and a lot of, you'll see it coming up. That when people realized the Podesta emails, they went to this guy Jimmy Comment and got his Instagram pictures, and that was even more creepy. And then we will see the same type of thing here. Like, people started following the trail,
Right.
and we're going to see some of this one head designer of Balenciaga's Instagram pics when we get as we continue, as we proceed.
All right. Go to another one here. A dress on the floor and whatever other gown thing that is on the other side.
I don't know.
Suspect.
Just kind of creepy imagery, like empty imagery,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
All right. So some of the same issues here. This looks like some sort of secret society ritual.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And these are more Bormans, like people in masks and just kind of staring at the corner, staring at walls, just weird stuff.
Yeah. And the white paint on the face usually, no, all the time it represents death.
Death,
Whether it's a mimer or a clown, this goes into some real esoteric stuff. It's death.
It's dark. It really is dark.
Yeah.
It gets darker. I mean, look, we'll go through these slides. It gets crazy.
Wow, and we're only at number 18.
Yeah.
So, all right. Not sure what this is. Oh, same cannibalism. I came upon on an article last night, and I've been trying to archive some of these things, where they pretty much are trying to get us into thinking about cannibalism, especially with the food that they're trying to take away and implement on us. And I might be able to bring that up later. I'm not sure because I didn't have it ready for this, but very peculiar things going on there with the cannibalism.
Yeah, it's not good. Like, they're like headed for like Soylent Green or something like that. So these are the Cremaster cycle pictures. So just another that you see the depiction of the Green Man and kind of like the Joker and
Yes.
distortions and all this weird makeup and
Yeah. Okay. So
kind of
for
like
people that
dark
don't,
clown stuff.
yeah, for people that don't understand, the Green Man is a Celtic god, also depicted as Cernanus, which goes into CERN, but that's another story. They had a movie that came out from A24 Studio called The Green Man. It's one of these nature gods. Okay, so if you didn't understand what he just said, and of course we mentioned Baal earlier, but we had a lot of echo going on. Baal is pretty much Satan, Prince of Power of the Air, Lord of the Flies, the God of abortion, and many other things. In the Bible, you'll see him all over the place, and the Israelites would bow their knees to Baal at different points in their journey.
God was always complaining about it. Elijah fought the priests of Baal, if you remember.
Yeah.
Brought the priest of Baal down, and it was who was the queen that he was up against. So yeah, there's it's a recurring theme in the Old Testament. Baal pops up, Moloch too.
Absolutely.
And you'll see Moloch in this too. You'll look at some of these things. They're bringing up Moloch. It's really crazy.
and I don't want to even ignore the Queen of Heaven. She's there too. That's who the Catholics worship in as Mary, but that's not Mary. That's not Mary of the Bible. It's called the Queen of Heaven. Do your research, and she goes into all sorts of stuff like Isis, Samaramis, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, and a whole host of other names. So this one right here looks like something from the 50s or something.
Yeah, but do you have that depiction of kind of like the Green Man or the kind of
You mean
whatever naked and it's blocked out? I mean, I think these are in real life. These are very graphic.
Yes. And any cult that you find, there's always sexual exploitation. Any cult. It doesn't matter how small or big, it's always. All right, so Fire of the Sun. Fire from the Sun.
Yeah, so it just kind of explains it. It says Fire from the Sun includes small and large-scale works that feature toddlers engage in playful but mysterious acts with sinister overtones and insinuations of violence.
Yes. Here we have a post from Balenciaga. We apologize for displaying unsettling documents in our campaign. We take this matter very seriously and are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set and including approved items for our Spring 23 campaign photo shoot. We strongly condemn abuse of children in any form. We stand for children's safety and well-being. I mean,
Right, but that's like a limited hangout. That's a limited acknowledgement because they're just addressing the children, but covering all the other darkness and Satanism and
right.
symbolism and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
PR spin.
Yeah.
Look at this. And obviously, this shouldn't be. What's that, a bar soap?
I don't know, but that you can tell that that's not his skin color because if you look at the crown of his head,
Right.
it's like he's been painted with something. Like it's a
like-
literal baby. Yeah.
Like it's blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gross, man. Okay,
That's
and
dark.
here more. This one is an elephant. It says there, while the fire and cannibalism implies some sort of ritual, the works are most chilling as sketches of random violence, causal, and instructural. The depicted character breaks with one typecast angelic while fitting another demonic. See, again, the duality.
Yes. You're supposed to like bring them together, right? So that's like the opposites come together. That's like the whole magical work.
Yeah. And this is
Super Masonic picture from that whole Cremaster collection. These guys are wearing Masonic aprons. There's the eye in the triangle. You see the G within the square and compass. They're wearing the gloves of the Masons. It's totally Masonic, and that's like it's like they put the it's the same thing in the other show. They're like not showing the full thing, luckily,
right.
but it's like he's like almost like he's on a dentist chair, but it's like he's like the operating victim or whatever.
Right. He's the experiment for the secret societies. These people, for those that are new to this sort of subject, these people deal in blood a lot. And you should go back to some of the shows I have with William Ramsey. We did one on the Smiley Face Killers. We did one on Aleister Crowley. We did one on the music industry and whatever else I can't remember. But you need to see those because you'll see that the trade-off is always blood sacrifices. All right. Okay, here's goes the Green Man again, and he's there with these young girls. So,
there is.
the idea of a fertility goddess is always there as well. A god or goddess. It's always about sex, and that sort of thing. Go ahead.
No, you're right. It's about like regeneration or whatever. So yeah, you'll see those same things. These are all pagan depictions. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you have any questions for William, if you could put it in the super chat, that would be cool. All right, go here. Next one. Out of what's that with the blimp?
Right. So that's just a bunch of the different pictures that are in the cycle. So a variety of different cycles. That's a famous writer up on the top right. Norman Mailer. That's Norman Mailer. So I don't know how he got involved in all this stuff. Maybe he's involved in it. I don't have any idea.
And is Epstein mentioned in this stuff?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Because what's the famous fashion for women again? Victoria's Secret. And now the owner of that company was caught up with Epstein, and they don't know if it was some sort of homo relationship or whatever. But he started giving Epstein so much money, control over money. He got away with a lot.
Yeah, it was, I forgot his name, but he was part of this mega group that financed Epstein.
Yeah.
He really was one of the richest guys in the world. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. Somebody said Leslie Wexner.
Leslie Wexner, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Or Jules Wexner. Okay. All right. So this is the back to the animal. I'm not sure if you thought about this, but I obviously bondages are there, right? And what about these animal spirits we're always hearing about? These demon animal spirits. Could it be that as well?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know exactly what all these guys think, but they're definitely not Christians. But they're like, it's like paganism. I think there's a rise of this kind of neo-paganism again.
Yeah.
I think you're kind of seeing it goes in cycles or something, but it's all kind of neo-occult paganism, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So this says in some of the paintings, the children are in the process of disappearing, phantom bodies not quite removed from their gruesome acts.
Right.
Oh, same here.
They're just like around like pieces, body parts. It's so strange.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And some of these video games that are coming out are also starting to move in this way as well.
Getting darker and darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned in the chat, Rachel Chandler, her name will come up here. Very soon.
Okay.
She worked for Balenciaga.
Okay.
And she was on the Epstein and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is clearly blood on a baby. Like that's
yes. Yes. Are they carrying heads or that's am I looking?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it seems to be what they're depicting. Yes.
Oh. All right. What is this about here? Wait until everyone sees the photos that this fashion photographer has taken of kids all around the world and the way he displays them. Oh, let me ask you a question really quick since I'm not sure I didn't get to go through the whole file. Those pictures with the strange noses, are those in here?
Yes.
I mean,
Those are referenced, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets darker. That was the sub. Those are two brothers from England who are kind of affiliated in this group. So this is kind of the main guy. This guy knows Kanye. His name is Demna Gavasalia, but you're going to see him pictured around. So these are like people on Twitter were all researching these guys. They're very good threads, actually. Some of which disappeared.
Did they disappear pre-Elon?
No, but they just after Elon, but something like they either got scared off or something bad happened to them or something. They're just gone. I screenshotted all of them. They're in this slideshow.
Okay, so what do you want to explain about this here?
So that's Demna. So just to use him as a base, because his picture is going to come up over and over, and it's him. He's kind of like the head, and also this girl named Volkova. So you'll see their stuff as we kind of continue.
Okay. Rachel Chandler again. One of the primary faces of Pedogate was a casting agent for Balenciaga. I'm not kidding. She has also worked closely with Balenciaga's creative director, Demna.
Which we just saw.
Yeah. By the way, Kamala Harris' stepdaughter, Ella, has modeled for Balenciaga. Also, Ella signed a modeling contract with IMG Models. IMG had 6 different models come out to expose Jean Pick Brunel and Epstein's abuse of them. All right.
Both Brunel and Epstein died mysteriously in jail.
Yeah.
So, and Brunel was kind of like Epstein of Europe too. So he was a real monster.
Are there any words? Are there any words that YouTube might flag that I might say?
I don't know. I hope not.
I mean, if so, if there's a chat in here, if you see it on your window there's a chat. You could tell me anything you want to. All right.
And this is the creative director. Her name is Lada Volkova, and we'll see a lot of her work in here as she goes.
All right.
As we continue.
Okay.
And this is the person's thread who disappeared. Curious Light. I can't find her thread anymore. Maybe people can find it on Twitter. I don't know, but this is the thread that she did.
Yeah.
I think there's a date on it. November 27th.
Okay. And I'm trying to be more descriptive for the audio listeners. Some of the stuff we just passed by, we didn't really describe them. Let's see here. This is the same person. She says, I also want to make something clear. I feel Balenciaga threw the photographers under the bus, and that's not enough. If I'm wrong in something, correct me, please. And I don't want to spread misinformation. I'm going to start with the strangers first and how it led me to her. Okay, this makes sense. Sex witch. She's just she has just like what's that, Gosha?
Gosha.
An interest into really young looking boys. Oh, an interest into really young looking boys. It's really hard to guess their ages. Some, I would say, look no more than 13. I could be wrong, but have a look and at her Insta and campaigns.
All right, so these are a lot of Volkova's Insta accounts.
Okay. So for the
And if you,
listeners, there's another one here that says devil worshippers perform gruesome rituals in forest. And that's not anything strange as well. It goes back to the druidic practices. It goes into what's the one in California there? Bohemian
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove. And also, um, Burning Man isn't around right now, but they started having Burning Mans all over the planet. And these pagan festivals started to become a natural occurrences yearly, but because of the thing that hit the whole planet, that strange demic,
Right.
these sort of things kind of disappeared for now. All right.
Right. And then this is where they mention Moloch too. So she uploaded that with the hashtag Moloch. So you're
Okay.
seeing these ancient
Are you
Middle
saying
Eastern deities pop up.
oh, you mean the one right here, this devil
Yeah, the
worship?
one before that, it's just somebody mentioned. She says a lot of Volkova uploaded this picture on her Instagram with the hashtag Moloch, which is an ancient pagan
Oh,
god who
yes,
sacrificed
yes.
children.
And if I'm not mistaken, Moloch is comparable to Baal as well, right?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
they overlap. I don't know.
Yeah, because Moloch is the owl, Baal is the cow, but he's also depicted in other places like Thor is Baal, and it goes back to some old ancient other gods as well. The moon god is the moon god was worshipped more than the sun god,
Hmm.
and Baal goes back into that issue as well. All right, so let's move on to this. This one I've seen a lot through. Oh, this is the lady that she talks about Pizzagate a lot. Oh, I can't remember her name right now, but I've seen her. She's on Telegram. The one that did the she did a conference the other day, and Trump showed up. If you know who I'm talking about.
No. Trump showed up conference. Was it
Liz
a
Crokin. Liz Crokin.
Liz Crokin? Okay.
Yeah. So what, you haven't anything? Okay, so for the listeners, the audio listeners, this is depicting a woman, red hair, red dress, with two babies, and they're in red. Her hands look like a depiction of like she's smothered in blood. Basically, what the whole picture's about. All right. So the next one is, if you want to take a shot at that one. This is,
Just this one, her carrying the bloody babies and stuff, or
oh,
this one, the Balenciaga. Yeah.
this one right here. Want to?
Yeah, it's just saying that he feels, he feels like he was put in the wrong over this whole thing. Claims the Spanish fashion house is responsible for the images, not him. Gabriel Galimberti says he's been the target of a lynching and had no creative control over the project. I must stress that I was not entitled in whatsoever manner to neither choose the products nor the models. As a photographer, I was only and solely requested to lit the given scene and take the shots according to my signature style.
Oh. So okay. So the problem I have here is everyone is kind of deflecting
Yeah, no doubt.
and shifting blame. Because it's just like any Hollywood movie or photo see. Everything's already planned out, and it has to go up a chain of command, and there has to be a final approval. So how can you say, "Oh, well, I wasn't involved with this, that," but there was a final approval for the whole campaign? Doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
let me
it
add
doesn't.
this. All right, going back to this again. All right, so let me go to the next screen here. Uh, what do you think this is depicting?
Just some kind of violence. Like it just looks like
Like somebody got ran over with a bike or something.
or something, yeah.
Uh,
Just another like depiction of like violence and blood, and all the models that they have look like people who've been abducted or like kept in a cage or something like that. And you'll see some of the pictures as we go on.
yeah. All right. Let me see.
The next one is also like here's the teddy bear imagery. So it's just the continuation of this kind of imagery.
Yeah.
Mr. Bear, she writes. See, I'll show some of these other examples of the
Hey,
kind of pedo bear as we continue.
Hey, take the helm for a second. I gotta get rid of a spam bot.
Okay. In the next one, you'll see the picture of her. She says, I personally started realizing she's behind this weird bondage BDSM that starts to enter the fashion world like an Adidas collab. So, like, there's other pedo bears and kind of strange stuff. And then the panda. And then this is like another one, like some of her friends that she's hanging out with. This guy's wearing a shirt that says, "The devil made me do it." Like some of her friends that she's hanging out.
Yeah.
And then there's why it says again, do you know there's a Hunter Biden email from 2011 that mentions a reception at Comet Ping Pong? That's what I mentioned earlier. Pizzagate. Also another email regarding a presidential pizza fundraiser with Tony Podesta, Hillary Clinton, Ezekiel Emanuel, part of Biden's COVID task force, Maya Harris, Kamala's sister, and James Alefantis. So they're all like together. No one eats this much pizza. Yet all these Democrats are obsessed with emailing each other about pizza parties. I've not sent a single email about a pizza party to anyone, nor have I ever received one. So they use this pizza imagery a lot. They know what pizza like represents, like pedophilia or child porn or something like that.
Right.
I think it's the same starting letters. So cheese pizza is child porn, right?
Right.
I think that's their code.
Gross.
And then you actually see Hunter Biden knows a lot of this stuff. He's very corrupt. He's totally debauched. He knows a lot about this pizza and child porn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a picture of cheese pizza in his so-called laptop that just really came up today. They totally squashed that laptop. The FBI did and made up a lie about it. It's incredible. And then the one after that, you can see the curious light. You can see the other depictions of this pedo bear in other art or high fashion, high couture things.
Yeah. All right.
It says, this strangely reoccurring themes of teddy bears is interesting in the fashion world. Do they just think teddy bears are cute, or is there something more sinister behind it? Yes, there is. And I'll show that. I won't focus too much on it, as there isn't concrete except Cannibalism's Balenciaga ads that started this. There's a lot of concrete depictions of what a pedo bear, or the bear is like some kind of something that is known in the pedophile world. And then the one after that is the Gucci. It's the same group that owns Balenciaga. They did Kubrick theme and about the child, and the hidden subtext of the whole Shining is that Jack, what's his name? What's the actor's name again? Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's character is sexually abusing his son. That's like the subtext of all of this. There's a lot of mind control themes because his son snaps, right? His son has like a whole secret life, whether it's real or not.
Right.
But that's kind of the son. And do I think they know that? And that's why this depiction is in there? I think so.
You know what? What's interesting? Okay, give me a second. Let me get this thing out of here for a second. So, did you see the movie the prequel to The Shining?
Prequel to The Shining. What was it called?
Doctor. Anybody in the chat?
Oh, Sleep Room? Sleep Room?
Doctor Sleep.
Oh, Dr. Sleep.
Doctor Sleep. Did you see the image?
There's a smiley face, yeah.
And they had an allusion to adrenochrome in there. Something they would suck out of the kids. But it's allegory. I don't know. You didn't see the movie?
I tried to get through the whole thing, but I saw part of it, and I remember the smiley face at the beginning.
Okay. All right. So someone is asking about what we think about Kanye and his Christianity.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's a wild one right there. Because
Well, I have some of the slides on his Christianity coming up, so we'll see.
okay, cool. We'll just hold that off then. Let me put
Yeah.
this slide back in there.
I can answer any questions at the end. Let's go through all the slides because they show a lot about Kanye.
Okay, all right, let's
It
go.
comes full circle. So the Kubrick things are all there. There's a lot of hidden things within The Shining Kubrick put in about like Native Americans, indigenous, moon landing, things like that.
All right. So you're seeing this one, the Gucci one?
Yeah, the Gucci, there's 3 or 4 Gucci pics. They're all the same house.
Oh, there goes the Shining.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know if you want me to slow down here.
No, you can just go all the way to the end of those is fine.
Okay.
Then you go back through the Curious Light. She sees more pictures of a young kid holding teddy bears again.
Yeah.
And the comments in there, it says bloodlust. And she's worked with Terry Richardson, a known pedo and perv. Terry Richardson's like a known photographer who's like abused people.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And then there's this Balenciaga, like a kid on a couch with an older man. None of these sits well with me, and it's sexualizing our children in some sly way in the name of, quote, art, unquote, photography. Gucci is not innocent in it, as it's owned as by the same company as Balenciaga.
Oh, okay. Because I remember watching the biopic about of Gucci and how they were pretty much another hostile takeover, and so what can you say? You never know what these people are up to.
You don't. And I think that the guy who owns all these fashion houses is now the richest man in the world. He overcame Elon Musk. He's worth like a couple $100 billion.
Oh.
But then this one, you see the picture. This is the designer, Lotta Volkova. She's in this other fashion superstar, Karl Lagerfeld. He's known to a lot of people. And then that's her. If you scroll down one a little bit more, she's making this is back in '98. She's making the satanic hand signed. If you go down 2 or 3 more pics.
Where's the kid's head? Oh, it's what?
Yeah, it's behind it. Something weird, yeah. It's like she's reading a book with him or something.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bloodlust. If you go down a couple more pics.
Okay. A satanic horn. Was that the horn of Mendes or something like that?
Yeah, they got the cornudo or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there goes the blood from
from The Shining.
Yeah.
That's her, and then there's depictions. If you go back even down a couple more, it's a bathhouse, and usually like people go to those bathhouses to do, things with each other.
Right.
So you'll see that on the next one.
Yeah.
And then a really interesting one is the one after that, where you see this person in a red robe with this kind of jeans jacket. That is Genesis Peorg. He's probably one of the foremost known occultist Satanists out there. This is from 2015. That's a picture from Volkova's Instagram, and I've done a lot of writing about him. I included him in my book, Children of the Beast. He's kind of a modern Satanist. He went on through he became a pandrogyne, or what he calls a positive androgyne, a man and a woman. He did tons of plastic surgery. And then there's a comment in there, like a god himself. So they call Genesis Peorg a god who's passed away. Yeah. He started the Temple of Psychic Youth.
That symbol on the back, isn't that related to Church of Satan, if I'm not mistaken?
A little bit. Yeah, it's definitely related to the Temple of Psychic Youth, or Psychic TV. He had a bunch of different kind of iterations, but yeah. He has a book called The Psychic Bible, and in the Psychic Bible, he explains what this triple cross means.
Okay.
It has all kinds of secret meanings because you draw lines in between it, and it creates triangles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you're taking notes here, guys, because we're dropping a lot of different references here that you want to check out for yourself.
Well, and you can check all this out. The these are like the top Satanists in the world. These pop up. And so this is the same guy, Genesis Peorg, with Damien Eccles, a convicted triple child killer.
Oh
He
yeah,
was a
there he
hardcore
is.
occultist. There he is. Yeah. I don't know who some of these other characters. This girl's Ferrari or Ferrara is a movie star or something,
Yeah,
or somebody in film.
yeah. And
So
believe it or not, folks, the Hollywood industry and all this fashion, so they're all interconnected, and they hire. I don't know if it's on purpose, but they hire a lot of Satanists. They have them writing their films, Marxists writing their films. It's just it's flooded with these people.
it really is. It's a good point. They're all at the top. Now, when I did my first movie about the smiley face killers, I covered this guy who was friends with Genesis Peorg. His name was Peter Christopherson, and he was being hired to do all of these videos and stuff like that. And he's a hardcore Crowley loving occultist, part of the Throbbing Gristle, this underground. And he did videos for Rage Against the Machine and all these other famous bands, But here
Yeah,
they were hiring him. It's pretty wild,
crazy.
crazy. So yeah, I mean, you just this whole series of slides just shows exactly what you said, like how interconnected they all are.
Yeah,
And you see that one. This is like somebody told me that this actually has a very occult significance, like it's has a deeper meaning. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a baby holding a skull, and those are all like signs of the zodiac.
right. This I'm not sure if this connects to this photo here, but in the Avatar movie that just came out, the main villain crushed his own skull after he's been his consciousness or his memories are transferred into one of these animal people.
Hmm. Interesting. But the next slide that definitely shows victim. What was it? John Benet Ramsey. I'm pretty sure that's a depiction of John
Yeah,
Benet Ramsey, who was murdered. Like, and then the next one is like a young girl trying to eat from a tainted apple or something like that.
right. What is that inside that? Is that coins or?
Coins, yeah, coins.
Okay, so we know that this is something that have to do with Eve. Take the taking of innocence and all that. Oh, gross.
Yeah, the next one's a young boy. His innards are out on some back roads. The next one is her hashtag is that kind of morning, and there's blood all over the floor, cigarette butts, blood everywhere. It's crazy. I don't know. I mean, who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
the one after, yeah,
so for those that can't handle this type of stuff, it's gonna get worse. So I'm just
yeah.
forewarning you.
And then the next one is her with this kind of pedo bear. So this is what happened in 2016. So she knew they know this stuff. This most
Yes.
recent thing was the 2022, but and they have all kinds. It's just like the Pizzagate stuff, the Jimmy Comet Instagram. They have all kinds of statements that people know or red skies tonight. What does that mean? I don't know. Like they have like secret words. They used all kinds of weird words
Right.
in the Pizzagate stuff, like Haitian sauce, and
Yeah.
I have a handkerchief that
Hot
has
dog.
something. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you saying? What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Um.
And,
What in the world? Yeah, I get
yeah.
it. Oh my gosh, man.
So there's more. Like, there's another pet. So these are depictions of this kind of pedophilia that insiders would know.
Yeah. Wow.
So
This is
then the
obvious.
next one's very lurid. Like
Uh,
that's another evil depiction. That's the next one is just flat out Satanism. Like this is what nobody really goes over, but that's like the pentagram and the sacrifice and just weird stuff.
oh, you mean I think
The
I'm
one
moving too
before
fast from what you're saying.
you gotta go up two more. Go up two more. That
Uh,
one, yeah.
this one. Okay.
Yeah. And these people are this is 2018, 3,725 likes. Like she has some kind of reach. Like people
Right.
are there's a lot of people watching. This isn't some like secret everything all these Instagram accounts have now gone private. But before, when people got these screenshots, there were people there's a lot of activity.
Right.
It tells you about the present global culture.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you mentioned earlier, the not Marxism, but neo paganism. This has been rising since like the mid 1995, around there somewhere, and it really started exploding around the year 2000 and 2010. It just got worse because the church has lost some of its effect, because the church has been infiltrated by Marxists and atheists and all sorts of stuff. So we have less churches impacting the culture. And if you're not a Christian and you listen to this, the church impacted the culture of America for a very long time, until they started taking the Bible out of school, prayer out of school, and all these things. The Ten Commandments, they wanted to get rid of that. So this encroaching evil has been there for a long time. But now that people are waking up, whether you're a Christian or not, and fighting against this stuff, that's why they're trying to hide their accounts, because they have something called the law of reversal. I think it's either the number one, no, the number three law in Satanism, and again, it goes back into the fusion of opposites and all this stuff. But they want to do everything backwards. So to turn our society from godly to satanic, that's the law of reversal.
It's been a long road, decades long.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm 54. The country's changed so dramatically in that time. It's unrecognizable.
yeah.
It's really incredible.
So this one is,
This is like where she says hashtag Moloch. You can see that in the upper right hand side, and it's a dead baby.
yeah,
It looks like to me.
yeah. And
So
again, I want to mention again that Moloch, Baal, god of abortion. Okay, that's why these people are fighting so hard to keep abortion alive, and it's a very lucrative business.
right, no, there's a tons of money involved in that. And Nick said these are like underground filmmakers and things like that that the general public wouldn't know about.
Yeah,
This is Volkova wearing something Cannibal Corpse. This is like a hardcore death metal band.
yeah.
So
Okay.
she knows a lot of this heavy stuff. Weird masks, depictions of bodies. It's interesting if you look at this one with the mask on it, up on the right hand side, it's Emmanuary 9393. And if you know Crowley, 93 is kind of Crowley's number. 93 represents in gematria both Thelema and Agape. So a lot of people who are into Crowley use that 93 number all the time.
Yeah,
And then if you scroll down one more, this is Machino also using, I couldn't remember the name of it before, also using this pedo bear, but kind of like in a leather context symbol.
right. Yeah. Wow.
And then in the next one, you see this is Kim Kardashian in this weird gimp mask leather stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Kim
That's
Kardashian, yeah, she's one of
al-
Balenciaga's biggest ambassadors.
almost identical to the one that Kanye was wearing. Yeah,
And this is designed by that guy, Demna, who I showed before.
yeah,
So these are direct connections, like, and this is his boyfriend, I guess, is this guy with the bloody nose. They like to depict these guys like they've been beat up,
yeah.
and then he's wearing a Balenciaga shirt and holding up this S&M bear or whatever.
Right. Right.
And then this guy Ollie London writes, the satanic stylist responsible for styling at Balenciaga, Lada Volkova, the same one who posts the most horrific and abhorrent images of kids on Instagram, is, you guessed it, followed by Skims, Kim Kardashian's brand. Skims only follows 214 people, only the closest people to Kim. So
Right.
she's walking out. And this is somebody went to the Balenciaga store and put something pedophilia on there. They should have put Satanism as well. They made a mistake.
Right. For everyone asking about the Kanye stuff, we're gonna get to it in a second. We got a lot of slides to go through.
Yeah,
So
well, I'll take any questions at the end happily,
yeah,
or we can ask. Just wait till we're done. Once we get all the way through, you'll see all the Kanye ones, and then you can kind of look through everything. But if you scroll down, there's some of the pictures that I already saw. But these models that they have, they look like they're trafficked kids who've been kept in a cage. They're not really vibrant, healthy, outdoors kids. They look like they're up against a wall or something. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
But Rachel Chandler was mentioned, and it says 16 models to watch by 2017 as predicted by Midland agencies Rachel Chandler and Walter Pierce. And then this Rachel Chandler One of the primary faces of Pizzagate was a casting agent for Balenciaga. We already kind of went through that story, but this is an actual picture of her and all this stuff, and like all these people connected to Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, Andre Balaz, and then they're all together with Abramovich. It's incredible.
There goes the snake. I'm not sure the context of the picture, but serpent worship is very connected to this stuff.
No doubt. No doubt. And so that's Rachel Chandler. It says Walla. She's in these Clinton Foundation stuff. There's her, and Abramovich pops up again. So like where she's at, Abramovich is at. And there's a picture of Rachel Chandler on the Lead Express with Bill Clinton, I think. That's what people have alleged, that she's on a picture on a plane with
I
him.
could see if there's a way I can get this to show bigger. Maybe not. It's like we had it to. Yeah, I think that's the biggest gonna go unless I make it full screen. So all right, here we go. World's what's that? How you pronounce that?
What?
Wars Ahwala Commission for Clinton Foundation.
Oh, Waris Oddwald. I think that's the guy's name right there.
Oh, the guy in the bottom.
Yeah, Waris Al-Huwali is there with Rachel Chandler. So I think they're both designers or something.
Yeah. Here we go.
And there he is with Abramovich. Abramovich likes high fashion, I guess.
Follow the money. You know Newsmax.
I know Newsmax, yeah.
It was found out that they were giving money to the Clinton Foundation.
Really?
Found that out in 2021. So
for what reason?
I have no idea, but I just stopped watching them.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Well, nothing surprises me these days.
Yeah.
I'm surprised actually. So then if you scroll down one more, you'll see this guy did a video where somebody noticed that there was underneath one of these pictures of Balenciaga, there was a legal document, and it was Ashcroft versus Free Speech Co. Well, what is this Supreme Court document? Well, it's about this court case that allows people to have depiction of sexually explicit depictions of minors as long as they're cartoons. So it's not considered child porn. So that was like when people figured that out, they were just like, what?
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
this guy was doing that. These are screenshots. And then there's another in the background. These are all like the hidden secret stuff that people found, like they figured out. There's another one picture of this guy, Fisher, and it turns out that he was accused of molesting his granddaughter since she was 4 years old for 10 years. So they put that name in there too. So it's full on just pedophile themes. Absolutely.
Right.
And then if you go down one more from that, these are Jake and Dino's Chapman, Christie's Auction Art House. We talked about this, I think, in the pre-show. And these are the two guys. He's got the smiley face right there. And they've created this weird art that is like kids with orifices and the same thing, bodies cut up. Like this is what qualifies for high art these days.
Right. Could you explain real quick to the audience about the smiley face?
Right. So, like when I was researching Children of the Beast, the smiley faces kept popping up. And it was in the context of like I had followed this whole thing of this phenomenon of the smiley face killers. What's going on with the smiley face killers? Is this a real thing? Does the smiley face have any correlation? And I kept, it was like Alan Moore. And in the common culture, like we could probably do a show of all the celebrities wearing shirts with smiley faces on them. So I was trying to figure out if there was any veracity to that. And I researched these cases of the smiley face where men disappear and are found later. And oftentimes there's a smiley face. It got its name from two researchers, Gannon and Gilbertson. And there is a phenomenon. I don't know whether it's fully tied to the smiley face, or all of them are. But it got the name the smiley face killers because these two guys often found a smiley face near where the bodies went into the water.
Yeah.
And so it's pervaded this entire culture. And actually, a guy who used the smiley was Genesis Peorg. Actually, you can see some of his old works and see the smiley faces. The guy who we mentioned earlier with Damien Eccles. So This is just another example of the smiley face being used, and it has an exoteric and esoteric meaning. I'm convinced by that, no question.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so here's
And I can explain that to you. I have it right here. Let's see if I can find it.
okay. Oh, you want to go back into?
No. I just have to check my notes here.
Okay. So here's another perversion of God's creation. Um, Multiple heads coming out of the body, conjoined, whatever that is over there to the left, and down the bottom there, and then body parts. Uh, I mean, look, the evidence is all over the place, guys. So I think you should put this type of stuff in your top 5 issues. You know?
Yeah, and we'll get into this. It ties into some of the later slides, but according to one occultist, the smiley is the symbol of chaos in the death of the Western Aeon, embracing tragedy whilst laughing.
There
So
you
that's
go.
the meaning. That's the kind of occult meaning of the smiley face, is that it's the symbol of chaos in the death of Western Aeon. What they mean by that is they want to bring in this new magical Aeon, right?
Right.
They want to kill the old kind of Christian biblical culture.
Yeah. The new age. All right. So, anything you want to say about this screen here?
It just says living with dead art, like it's another depiction of dark art on the these Jake and Dinos, these two guys, the one with the smiley face. So they're just involved in all kinds of dark stuff.
Yeah.
And then the next one is Kylie Jenner covering up for Balenciaga while wearing brand's accessories amid scandal, November 30th, 2022. So the whole like Kardashian family is involved in this kind of creepy stuff. And the one picture after that, if you show her, like she's depicted as the green woman here or
Yeah.
whatever, and she has the pedophile symbol, which is this kind of swirl.
Yeah.
It's a
That,
known pedophile symbol.
yeah, and it's also a symbol of fertility. It's the vaginal um, corridor. Okay, for those that don't know, when you go back and watch the Wonder Woman movie, the first one, a few years back, and you will see them putting a guy on his knees right under the how is it, how you call it, the swirly symbol. There's another name for it. So anyway, go check that out. That was symbolism for feminism and fertility. And on that island is the island of Themyscira. And when you go look into Themyscira in the all of the myths and whatnot, and you'll find some interesting things. Anyway,
Right. So if you go to the next one, there's an even longer kind of addressing Balenciaga of their campaigns, and they go in detail. Kind of, and there's 150,000 likes. Like, they're in a different world than I am because I don't know any of this stuff, but
yeah,
they have huge followings and things like that. And then there's this is clearly a cover-up article, which is Rolling Stone. Why are people convinced Balenciaga is promoting pedophilia? Like, it's obviously involved in all kinds of crazy stuff.
right,
And then you talked about Balenciaga broken down from Latin to English, and Baal is the king. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. That's what it says. I haven't actually typed that in. That's supposedly.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, I saw that going all around the internet the other day. I think different people also did their own screenshot and found out the same thing.
Gotcha. And then you just see, this is just like I just followed the trail. This is the next one. You'll see that in the under part of this picture, it says collaborative cover and portfolio with Gasha Rubchinsky, photography, and Lada Volkova, this woman we mentioned before. This is from 2016, and this guy has some interesting tattoos and ideas. I forgot his name. It's Slava Mogutin, but he's from Russia. Like, these all seem to be Russian, Eastern European types too, which is odd. But
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think I put a pretty graphic picture. Oh no, I took it out. Good.
Yeah,
But this gets really intense. Like, this guy has deep esoteric knowledge.
yeah,
There's no question about it.
just like the comic book writer. You got Alan Moore and you got Grant Morrison. Have you ever done any research into those two?
Yeah, I did a whole section on Moore in my book, Children of the Beast.
All right.
But you see this guy, like he has all. He says he has a tattoo. I love S&M. He's got the whole cloak and face covering stuff, tattoos, pictures of nudity, and just more. But he has actually in one of these pictures. If you scroll down, he has I think a Balenciaga bag or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it isn't, but these guys have deep esoteric knowledge. There's no question about it.
Oh, for sure.
And you'll see the black dragon tattoo. If you go down, this is a picture taken by Terry Richardson.
Yeah.
You go down one more. Okay. That's it. So that black dragon tattoo ties into the black dragon depiction of the Scarlet little kid in like the fourth slide we showed, if you remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he just knows a lot of. These guys are very sophisticated. They talk about the stuff they know, like Psychic TV, which is a reference to Genesis Peorg, and all this stuff. They know.
Yeah.
They know. They have inside knowledge. There's absolutely no
Definitely.
doubt.
And for those that don't know, the dragon, even when you see it in martial arts, it's Satan. He is the epitome of animal spirits. And every civilization has a story of this evil serpent, or sometimes they depict him as good as well. So there's a whole bunch of secret stuff that most people don't know. We're just informing you. When you see dragons, it's usually 99% of the time is Satan. Okay, all right.
So, you go down. You can scroll down. This is the title: Lotta Volkova, the Devil Styles Balenciaga. The pedo chic fashion house's chief stylist is obsessed with satanic themes, child abuse, cannibalism, and violence.
Oh.
Let's see that one. That's one more. One more. Scroll down one more. Two more. That's it.
All right.
Yeah. And then this guy pops up again, Demna Gvalia. Insider claim Balenciaga's designer is dragging the house down amid teddy bear controversy. 30th of November, 2022. Then there's a $25 million lawsuit that was dropped, but they were angry.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down, you kind of see the guy. This is the kind of art that he did, Gabriel Galimberti. And then there's a lot of Volkova. And it's just, there's Curious Light. There's another picture if you go down, and it says, "Let's get physical," underneath two kids drinking something. And Bob writes, "You forgot this one. They'll say it's innocent and just one big misunderstanding, a la Balenciaga. But again, it's pieces to the puzzle with all sorts of random hints in conjunction with the, quote, ho shirt. Let's get physical plus kids should never have coexisted, period. Hashtag FashionGate."
So,
if you go one more.
There it is. Okay. All right. I want to answer your question, Gridiron, but we're gonna save all that for the end, okay? And if anybody really wants to ask some serious questions, please put it in the super chat, because I can't go back and track everything.
So then, this is kind of like some kind of weird rent room or something.
Yeah.
And I think I showed this bathhouse picture before.
Yeah, we showed that one.
And then this is the Demna guy's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he got beat up or something.
Yeah.
So it looks so weird. Yeah.
So there's a thing going around for a couple of years now, supposedly exposing the black eye. All of these celebrities with the black eye. What's your take on that? Because seems similar.
I don't know. It's people have told me it's some kind of like introductory ritual or something like that. What's your take?
I don't know, because with all the hazing in the colleges, the masturbation and the harm of biff stuff, it's always something either sexual or violent. So possibility. I have a ton of books here. I just haven't gotten to all of them, so I don't know.
I don't know either. Like some of the stuff is a mystery to me. I'm sure I've overcome some of the stuff that's insider knowledge that these guys know, but I don't.
Okay.
I just don't know.
It's too much to follow sometimes. All right.
And
So
if you look at the next one, it's this guy's making the sign of Typhon. So it's the two fingers up in the sky. And you'll see that same kind of sign in the Baphomet picture by Eliphas Levi. So they know what they're doing.
Right. I wish I had that pulled up right now because I would show you guys. I'm my crowd is pretty savvy, so I'm pretty sure most of y'all have seen the Baphomet. If you haven't, go ahead and look that up on the internet. You'll see the symbol that this guy is doing right now, especially with these statues of Satan, the Satanic Temple that were popping up all over the U.S. You'll see the same hand symbol.
Same hand signal, yeah, no doubt. So then, let's see. This was just a comment somebody made that the teapot actually references as a deep meaning, that it has like a reference to Sagittarius or something like that. So there's other symbols in there that I don't even know.
Right.
Pointing to a goddess. Diana is this kind of god that it's
Right.
so.
Artemis and Diana goes right back to what we were talking about before with Wonder Woman, Isis, Semiramis, Ishtar, all these pagan fertility goddesses. They changed their name in cultures. Inanna was like the first gender bender. It's one culture, it's a woman, next minute it's a man, and all that stuff. So, but like I said, a lot of esoteric knowledge there.
Yeah, so they're like I said, I don't know all of the references, but if you see like there's that many, there's probably many more that I just don't even know.
Oh, yeah, there's like 1,000 names, bro.
Yeah, it's
All right.
crazy. So the next one shows they reference psychic TV, so that's Demna and Lada in the center. You see that if you go to the next one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then the one after that, you'll see one of the usual suspects, who is Marina Abramovich.
Yeah.
And she's the spirit cooker. And next to her is this guy, I think he's the richest guy in the world right now, Francois Henri Pinault. And he's the guy who has all of the fashion brands. So,
Yeah.
there's the elite hanging out with the elite Satanists.
Right. So guys, here it is. I kind of explained this before in another video. I'll give you a shorter version. Well, what you see taking over the planet, yes, they're using Marxism, they're using communism, socialism, all the same thing, just different versions of it. But what we're facing is really a global satanic Luciferian death cult. That's the real way to look at it. And what they're really trying to bring in, after getting you used to all of this disgusting stuff, is technocracy, because they'll control you through technology, which is kind of like a technological witchcraft. Okay, mind control and all these other things. I know it sounds far out there, but you read some books on technocracy. You read some books about the elite and the Luciferianism. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Absolutely. No question. That's where we're at. So then the next one is kind of like, I forgot what this one was. It was something to do with like one of the, I think it was somebody mentioned in one of the things was like bisexual. There's a picture of Paris Hilton with the pizza. So you see the pizza imagery, which is like,
Yes,
very important.
Yes. Very obvious right there.
And then the next one is by Terry. These guys have huge followings. These guys are super culturally
accepted.
Accepted. Yeah. This is one he says Genesis Peorg pillow, the guy I mentioned before. So that's from Terry Richardson.
Yeah.
There's been allegations about that guy. And then there you have
the West.
None other than Kanye.
Yeah.
He's I think he's in Balenciaga thing or something.
What does that say on a shirt? Do you know?
I forgot.
It's like something that starts with a V.
It is.
I don't know. Well, here's the
This had
thing.
this picture had some kind of meaning. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, if you followed Kanye West's career, he started to get darker and darker after his first album. Then he started to call himself a god and all this stuff. Um, and all of a sudden, he claims to be a Christian, putting out a gospel album. And I listened to the album a lot actually, but there were a lot of things wrong with that album, biblically. But now you see Eminem trying to claim sort of like a pseudo Christianity. So these guys, what they do, Snoop Dogg did the same thing, came out with a gospel album. Then the next minute he's a Rasta, Snoop Lion. So I mean, God really knows if Kanye is saved, but what the evidence is showing as we move forward is that he's possibly a false convert. And there's another symbology within the music industry and the whole entertainment industry is where they'll use religious symbols, but it's really a mockery. Like you see these people wear a lot of crosses, and they do the most despicable things. It's that's on purpose sometimes, not all the time, but it's on purpose. And so, could it be? I asked the question: could it be that Kanye is using the name of Jesus to get more followers because it sounds so good? It's like Jesus is the ending. You know, when the Bible says that if you were in love with the world, you are enemy of God. You know, and what Kanye is promoting is a lot of worldly stuff. And he went right back to do songs with Jay-Z and all these other satanic rappers. So what sense does that make if he's a true born again Christian, uh, really under the guidance of God? Yes, we could say he's a baby Christian. I mean, fine if you want to say that, but there's a lot of stuff going on with this dude that's not right. And let me go to the next slide. Anything you want to say?
No, just I forgot what the meaning of this one was. The next one's interesting because this guy Demna, who we're talking about, is the ambassador, the fashion ambassador for President Zelensky's fundraising platform. Super suspicious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is a
Uh,
huge money launderer on the right. Zelensky's
yes.
laundering your tax dollars probably
Right.
through Ukraine. Yeah.
There's so much money in the billions going over there. And guys, I mean, if you do just simple research, it's a very big money laundering operation over there, like you just said. And the World Economic Forum and the United Nations are also dabbling into the stuff going on in the Ukraine. So I really suggest if you think that all of this stuff is just a simple war and it's really about Russia, it's not.
It's not. There's a lot more. It goes even back to the color revolution there in
Mhm.
2014, the 2016 election, the 2020 election, and your tax dollars are literally supporting real Nazis in eastern Ukraine. So, and there's all kinds of money laundering, human trafficking through Ukraine,
Mhm.
unspeakable depravity, and
Yeah,
the U.S. is supporting bioweapons facilities, so you could have another COVID-19 get out of a biolab. Like
yeah,
I'm convinced that the whole thing was
and also
gain of function. Yeah,
the uh, the neo Nazis over there that are actually uh, they're putting those people in power and the gangs over there, and the government itself abuses their people.
here it is.
So I mean, I'm telling you, this
Well,
whole
there's no opposition parties,
yeah,
Chris. There's no opposition parties. So you're supporting a literal dictator who's installed by the U.S. in
absolutely,
2014 in a fake election.
absolutely, and
And
you
some of his cohorts, he's Jewish, but like some of the people surrounding in his administration are literal outright Nazis. And there's far right people here in the United States who are going there to train. They've always wanted to become part of the Azov Battalion or one of these other far right groups. So you better be hope that your intelligence community and the law enforcement are on the ball that like that, so they don't come back here
right,
and
and
cause a
and,
lot of grief. Yeah.
and this dude Zelensky is an actor and involved in some weird sexual lifestyles. Let's put it
Okay.
that way, and symbolism.
Cool. Didn't they catch him doing coke too?
I believe so. Oh, and speaking of actors, Sean Penn gave this dude his award.
I know it's so
I'm
crazy.
like, it's either you're hired by the CIA to get in there, or something else. It's just, how can you be so dumb? But anyway, Sean Penn been weird for a long time.
So this is a pretty gnarly picture of a human face mask jacket by Balenciaga.
Yeah,
Like that looks pretty satanic.
definitely. You
But
know what it
this,
reminds me of?
what's that?
The Book of the Dead.
Yeah, Book of the Dead. That's right.
Yeah.
This next picture, this is somebody who's taking a picture of Volkova, but this is interesting because she's in her social circle. Her name is Bianca, and pretty like gnarly stuff. But she shows pictures of her. It looks like she got beat up. EU cannibal. Like I don't know what's going on there. And then this is from her Instagram. You go down, and she says in this Instagram thing, "My pedo babe," and this guy is literally wearing a tie with the pedophile symbol. So these guys are like pedo. They're okay with that, or something's going on.
Right.
You see her getting beat up. Go down one more. You can see on his tie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is her, right? So this is her saying, "My pedo babe," and this is Bianca, and she's the next one. She's sitting chained up in some cave or something like that.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah, that one. She's chained up in some cave, but that's triangle is it's an occult thing. It's like air, fire, water.
Right.
So
and
she's got that triangle.
Yeah, it is the elements, but it also goes into the female fertility goddess and the male fertility goddess. I believe when it's upside down, it's the male goddess, and when it's right up, it's the female goddess, or it could be backwards. Anyway, that when you go back to Rihanna's music video Umbrella, you'll see she's captured in this pyramid, usually representing Lucifer or some sort of male goddess or something like that. So anyway,
yeah. Now go to the next one. This is the big whopper. So this is Bianca, who's friends with Volkova, sitting with Michael Aquino. I'm 99% positive that is Michael Aquino.
Yeah, it does look like him a lot.
And this is from 2017. He passed away.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
And look
and
at the
he says,
eyebrows.
"Grandpa, yo, the best."
Yeah, okay. For people that don't know who that is, this is him. He was in the military, and he was the open Satanist. He's passed away, but anything you want to say about him?
Well, he wrote from PSYOP to Mind War. So he was a psychological operations guy. And he believed that they should go from operating psychological operations to permanent state of war against the human mind of whoever your enemy is. But I think we're kind of in there right now where they're just totally at mind war against the average citizen. So
right.
I think you can lay it at his hands. He wrote this with this guy Paul Vallely, who's on Fox News all the time. It's unbelievable that they even let that guy on Fox News. But it tells you a lot about what kind of information you're getting from the television.
Absolutely.
Turn your TV off.
Yeah,
you can see that. You go on to the next slide. You can see that Aquino has that distinctive eyebrow.
Right.
And if you can scroll up between, it's the same eyebrow. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just got older. He's talking to Sean Stone right here. Same eyebrow.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys don't know about it, check out Operation Mockingbird. It was a CIA operation. They claim they shut it down, but obviously it's not. Where they were paying journalists to put out false information. Some journalists didn't know that that's what the operation was about, and they followed it, and they put out the information that the CIA wanted them to put out. You want to go check that out for yourself, read about it, whatever. So anyway, let's move.
So then we go on to the Kanye stuff. I don't know if this is Kanye on the stairs. It looks like him. But the next one you can see Kanye's outfit at the Balenciaga Couture show is a mood. So that's definitely Kanye wearing the weird mask.
Yeah.
And the clothes and stylized. Maybe those are Yeezy shoes or something like that.
That's what they are. That's what they are.
So it says Kanye West attends Balenciaga fashion show in full face covering. He just keeps going there. So he's on these different things, wearing Balenciaga, wearing the mask. He's got high fashion stuff and wearing this weird mask with this other guy. If you go down like from 2021, August 27th to 2021. For more than a month now, we've been talking about Kanye West, his live listening, the continuous delays of the recent release of Donda. Above all, the extravagant outfits that Ye decides to wear on every occasion, surprising everyone every time. For the third listening event, Mr. West has decided to definitively consolidate his relationship with Demna Gvasalia. So that's the same guy who we just mentioned his name like 10 times.
Yeah.
Relying again on him for the artistic direction of the show and for his outfit, signed almost exclusively by Balenciaga. So this is just last year. So Kanye's tied into all this stuff. How deep? I mean, but he's basically saying relying on Gavalia for the artistic direction of the show and for his outfit.
Yeah.
It's directly stating that.
I'm not even sure with this slide here what his relationship is with Jared Leto, but Jared Leto is into witchcraft. Just search the magazine covers where he shows the symbols of witchcraft on his elbow. Same symbolism as the earth, wind, water. Earth, water, fire, and yeah. So anyway, check that out. And he's also a method actor, and a lot of method actors are actually possessed. And I'm not making that up. You just have to search it out for yourself.
Johnny Depp says he tries to get possessed to do his roles.
Yeah.
He tries to get possessed by beings to do what he does. So that's it's out there. There's no question.
Yeah.
I put that in there just for that reason because Leto's fully occulted. Smiley faces, the whole bit. Smiley faces, cult groups, weird ritual clothing, the whole bit.
Absolutely.
But then you see this next. So this is coming full circle. Kanye is with them. Next slide. Kanye is with Demna Gvasalia and Pinot. So you saw that other picture with Pinot with Abramovich. So they're all together. I don't know who this guy on the far left. His name is Hamilton. I don't know what his representation is, but Kanye West is right here in the thick of the Balenciaga scandal. He's hanging out with the creative director, and with this creative director in Volkova. So, and then the next one is very telling. A lot of people don't know who this guy is. I wrote about him in Children of the Beast in 2014. His name is Alejandro Jodorowsky, and he is the guy who made the Holy Mountain. A full-on occultist, blood drinker, admits to drinking blood, and Kanye said that he was influenced by Jodorowsky. This is one of the leading occultists in the world, still alive. It's unbelievable that this picture isn't like bandied about everywhere. So when you talk about the authenticity of Kanye's transformation, how authentic is it if he hasn't come out and openly disavowed his involvement with Balenciaga and its Satanism and this guy and his Satanism? And I show in my book, this guy has all of Crowley's equinox and the blood. Let me see. I mean, I can find his blood drinking quote. You want to hear that?
Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, it's really amazing that he's in there.
So, guys, I mean, again, this is Paranormal Shift. This is one of our deepest programs for the year. And what we try to do is show you the esoteric, the paranormal, not because we're glorifying it, but to show you that this stuff really exists. And, if you're not saved, you need to turn to Jesus Christ today. This world is not getting better. It's getting darker. And witchcraft, this whole Wicca stuff and Satanism, it's the fastest growing religion in America. Okay? And the more you go underground, the more you're going to see darkest things. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, like, apparently I was told that the new religion of the kids, the high school here in Los Angeles, is Wicca. That's what these guys are doing.
Yep.
That's their religion. Let me see if I can find this. Okay. I have so many versions of my book. I'm trying to find it.
Well, guys, I mean, I see a comment in there about, it says weird. I mean, the things he's been saying, meaning Kanye, they sacrificed my mom, celebs are controlled, the Balenciaga stuff, yet he is with them. Well, sometimes you'll find artists doing that. Now, I don't know 100% what's going on with Kanye, but the evidence right here is not good, right? But sometimes you'll see them coming out telling some truth, especially if they're under some MK Ultra mind control, the control will break. Remember, they threatened to put him, sedate him. So there's something going on there that we just can't see. Can you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, he said he had he said on one of these shows he had an MK Ultra handler. Like he outright said, like, I have an MK Ultra handler, and then this guy sends him a thing saying, "Hey, if you don't shut up, we're gonna put you,
Right.
we're gonna drug you again."
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
And what happened with between him, Milo, the other dude, and Trump? That whole thing turned out to be just a setup. You know.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Millie Weaver.
Why do you say that?
Millie Weaver exposed it because one, Milo Yiannopoulos, he wants to destroy Trump. He vowed to do that in a Twitter post. One of the things he was broadcasting, somebody took a screenshot, and then the other guy, I can't remember his name right now. He is
Oh, it's Fuentes.
Fuentes. He does seem to be neo-Nazi, but he kind of hides it in a way. But then when you listen to him more, it starts to come out. And so then you have the guy Ali, which Tori says she exposed him, and Millie Weaver exposed him as a CIA plant. So who was he? He's a handler for a lot of people, and he gets into the Republican Party and does a lot of weird things with men. And he also has some pedo fetishes. And he's the one tweeting from Kanye's account on Alex Jones show. Ali is not who everybody thinks he is. And in some live streams that he does, he admits certain things, and you just have to go search it out again, right? So if you want to go check out Millie Weaver's video on the whole thing with between Kanye and Alex Jones and Trump and all that stuff. It's very interesting.
That sounds interesting. I definitely have to check that out.
Yeah,
Where's my Alejandro Jodorowsky quote? I'm trying to find it.
all right, no problem. Let me see here. Ages, spiritual war. Yes. Yes, it is an interesting time to be alive because we have a convergence going on within the world, from tech to the supernatural, the political, world government, um, gene manipulation, drones, artificial intelligence. It's stuff that we used to see in movies and whatnot. It's all coming together at the same time. And I asked a friend the other day, "Hey, do you think it's all coming together naturally?" And I was like, "No, it's not. We're being pushed in this direction. The world doesn't want this stuff, but it seems natural because they put it on all the films. It's in the news cycle, the control news cycle. So it seems natural that we should have a demic, and but yet all of that has been found out to be a major plot, and there's another one on the way. So let's hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and apparently Yeezus is an homage to Jodorowsky's Holy Mountain. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's what I have an article right here.
I just thought he was blaspheming the name of Jesus and saying Jesus. Okay,
Good deep. I'm trying to find this quote. But apparently he borrowed a lot of stuff from Kanye. Borrowed a lot of visual stuff from Jodorowsky.
Wow.
Can you give me? Let's see.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I wish this guy, the Jodorowsky's talking about meeting Kanye here. I can't find this freaking book. I gotta pull it up. Anyway.
All right. Where you want to go
We
next?
can go to the next one. Yeah. Did
right.
you see this whole theme of black and white? Kanye with his wife. So it's there.
Yeah.
And then you see the next one. Highly anticipated show marked the first Balenciaga couture collection from creative director Demna Gvasalia. West has been a longtime supporter of the Georgian fashion designer. From frequently sporting Gvalia's designed vêtements sweats to joining forces for his Yeezy Season 1 collection. The Yeezy founder was far from the only celebrity at Gvasalia's couture revival. James Harden, Lewis Hamilton, and Little Baby were all spotted in the audience, while Kamala Harris' stepdaughter, budding model Ella Emhoff, modeled in the show. And you see Kanye on the far right with Anna Wintour, and who's that on the far left? That's Bella Hadid, who we show in the first pictures that we showed. Do you remember that?
Where am I supposed to be?
Let's see. I can't see where you are.
Okay.
That's fine. You're in good shape. So this is him. You scroll down a little. Come back up a little bit more.
This one.
So see the. Yeah,
Sorry.
that's perfect. So that's Kanye West with this guy. His name is Rishi or Tishi.
Okay.
So he's with this guy Tishi, who's another designer. And then you'll see Marilyn Manson, Justin Bieber, and Kanye West for Sunday service prayer, November 1st, 2021. Strange date.
Yeah.
So what's up with that? And then you'll see Ricardo Tisci, who just showed his second collection for Burberry, will be turning his attention from beige to opera stage, dressing his pal Marina Abramovich for her upcoming artwork. So
Yeah.
he's right there with this guy who's, and you should see some of Tisci's stuff, fully occultic, fully occult rituals, black magic and stuff. And so then if you scroll down one more, you'll see Kardashian with Abramovich and Tisci together.
Yeah.
Scroll down one more. There it is. So that's them. And then at the next one, you'll see Tisci with Bella and the other Hadid doing Burberry. And that's Bella Hadid. And then we come full circle. That's the end.
Okay.
So that's the bookends right there. It begins and ends right there. So that my point is the layout of these slides. It's one big relationship with families and stuff.
Yeah, it's a club and you're not invited. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey guys, I forgot to plug this in the beginning. Go and check out my Telegram channel if you haven't. If you want a link, it's in my Twitter. It's in my the public section in the YouTube channel. I put a link there as well. So if you want to check out the Telegram channel, I put a lot of stuff in there that I just don't have time to cover. So, but before we leave, I know you've got things to do. Anything you want to say? You want to answer any questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if I can go back really quick to see. So, let's see here.
If anybody's listening, you can ask the questions right now. Is the best time.
Yeah, you can ask some questions right now because it's hard to kind of go back a little bit. Do you believe that? Oh, yeah, we already answered that. If Kanye is a Christian, I don't know, man. It's hard. He's got too many occult connections going on after professing to be a Christian. And you saw the slide we just showed. He was with Marilyn Manson. He's an open Satanist. How do you? This is not a we are the world convention here. You have to be separate from the world. So
You also kind of have to, I mean, especially when you're that deep into the occult and stuff like that, wouldn't you think that they would renounce that? Like, I renounce Satan and all his works, or
yeah,
do something like I'm not part of that. Instead, you're still melding your personality and your lifestyle with that too. There can't be a party to, multiple worldviews or things like that. Not as a Christian, you can be a Christian and that's it. You can't be a Christian and a Satanist. It's ridiculous.
yeah. Oh, and guess what? We didn't even show the most ridiculous pictures from that campaign. They had kids with sexual appendages for noses. Okay,
I couldn't show that.
it's just gross stuff. So anyway, they're asking if Kanye was sending a message when he was wearing the mask on Alex Jones. What's your opinion on that?
What kind of message do you think? I mean, how? I don't know. Just sending a message to who?
Yeah,
Just by wearing the mask, or just? I don't know.
I don't know. Did y'all see mentions of the Podesta and Clinton emails getting deleted from WikiLeaks recently? Yeah, I saw that.
No, I didn't see that. I'm not surprised though.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find some more here. All right, let's see here. Okay, and in the Clinton emails, who was talking about needing to sacrifice chickens to Moloch in the backyard?
Yeah, I think it was like Clinton was something like that, right? Didn't Clinton write that in an email?
Yeah, I believe so. And she was also the one that brought up Nephilim and also the UFO card. Should we pull the UFO card? Something like that. Let's see. What do you think? Oh, we already answered that one. All right. I know there's at least one or two more questions that we saw. Let's see. So is Kanye West control opposition or just battling demons in front of us?
I mean, what do you mean? How would he be controlled opposition? Like, I don't know. He doesn't seem to be controlled at all. He seemed to like going on some anti-Jewish stuff. Has shot himself in the foot. I don't know how he would be controlled opposition. I don't
Right.
understand that.
Because I believe he's surrounded himself with the wrong people. Let's just say if he was trying to get out of the system and he was trying to denounce all that stuff, he surrounded himself with people that telling him that all the black people are Jews and the other stuff he said. Um, and in fact, when Elon banned him from Twitter, he Kanye posted a Relian symbol. It wasn't a swastika.
Right.
It was a Relian system. Relians are a alien cult. But here's the thing, and I wish I had it up here for you guys. There is a article out there showing that Elon is some sort of honorary member of the Relian cult.
Get out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's a shocker.
so if that means Elon would know what the symbol means. So he uses it as an excuse to say that Kanye's inciting violence. You know. But
Right.
anyway,
Yeah, I mean, the Relian symbol is what? A swastika within a Jewish
Star
star.
David.
Star of David, yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the swastika, that's what we call it these days. It's a symbol that's found all over the world. Something about it's like a witchcraft symbol, about unity with nature and all this stuff, peace and blah blah blah. So anyway, let's see if we got any more here.
Yeah, that symbol's very well known and very common, I think, in Tibet. And I think
Yes,
that's why they used it, is because of that. Is like,
right.
oh, this is a world symbol, and then it just became associated with
Yeah,
nightmarish mass murder and horrible stuff.
right. And Hitler thought he would bring in a 1,000-year Reich. Okay, that a symbol of this whole Nazi era going into 1,000 years of whatever they thought would be good, and we see the same theme echoed in the Patriot community, but it's coming from New Agers about 1,000 years of wealth and prosperity and medical this and that. I'm not saying none of that can't happen, but 1,000 years, the only 1,000 years I'm looking forward to is the Millennium Kingdom with Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
amen. Amen to that.
let's see here. All right. Did the English language come from witchcraft? That's a question I'm not sure we're ready to
I
answer.
don't know. I don't think I could answer that.
Uh, all right. So I think that's it. Do you want to plug your books and where people can find you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can find all my podcasts at William Ramsey Investigates on iTunes or Spotify. My 5 books are on Amazon, or you can buy the signed copies from William Ramsey Investigates. And then my 5 films are on Vimeo right now. But I hope to get more physical CD copies and transfer those over to my website. That's my new project for the new year.
All right.
I don't
Okay.
know if I can pull that off.
Yeah. Well, for you guys that if you don't know who William is, you want to go check out his YouTube channel. He has a lot of guests that are book writers, and they write about a lot of this stuff and more. So I think you would. How often do you live stream again?
I tried to do a lot more. I'm starting to get censored again on YouTube. So all my stuff is on Rockfin. So if you go to Rockfin William Ramsey, you can watch all that stuff without being censored. YouTube, my time is probably short, but yeah, I have a lot of books and a lot of authors. I did a lot of interviewing, and my podcast now is in the top 1% of podcasts in the world. So
Oh wow.
it's up
Okay.
there, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, this is the end of this broadcast. I want to thank you for joining us. If you're not saved, please turn to Jesus Christ today. We're all sinners, and He came to die for you on the cross and resurrected on the third day. That is the gospel. That's the good news. And you can rejoice of that in that if you choose Jesus Christ today. I just want to say thanks for joining us. And this is Don't Let Them Burn. Oh, by the way, I'll be back on in a couple hours around 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time with another guest. So stay tuned.